Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. It is Julie here with your TipRanks pre-market morning update, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before the market opens. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back and thank you all so much for being here. As usual, this morning we'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Make sure you've downloaded that TipRanks mobile app so you can stay up to date with all the latest market news and access your favorite research tools on the go. You can also find us over on TikTok too. Follow the links in the description down below. Now we have a bunch of info to get through, so let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are in the red this morning following hawkish comments from the Federal Reserve yesterday and seeing the producer price index and retail sales decline month over month. This morning, the market will be hearing jobless claims. Right now, Dow futures are down 0.7%, S&P 500 futures down 0.75%, and NASDAQ futures down 0.83%. Southwest Airlines could be facing a pilot strike in the coming months. The pilots' union leadership is calling for a strike authorization vote in early May. This could be the initial step towards a pilot walkout. They said 3 years in the negotiating room, very little progress, a Christmas meltdown that has just defined what all of our problems are has led us to this decision. It is not a decision we've taken lightly, but given the trajectory of our current leadership group, we have little faith in the stability and future of our airline. Analysts currently rate the Southwest stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 22%. Boeing has been awarded $425 million from NASA to build a test model of a more fuel-efficient airplane. An administrator from NASA said that it's our goal that NASA's partnership with Boeing to produce and test a full-scale demonstrator will help lead to future commercial airliners that are more fuel-efficient, with benefits to the environment, the commercial aviation industry, and to passengers worldwide. If we are successful, we may see these technologies in planes that the public takes to the skies in 2030s. Analysts currently rate the Boeing stock a moderate buy with an average upside of about 4.5%. Yum Brands suffered a cyber attack that caused it to close hundreds of stores in the UK. They were hit with a ransomware attack on Wednesday that impacted certain information technology systems, and they enacted measures to counteract the attack. These actions and precautions caused less than 300 stores in the UK to close. They are now fully engaged in restoring the affected systems and is expected to be completed in the coming days. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 10%. And Apple is set to be ramping up its line of smart home products as they look to further compete with Amazon and Google. Bloomberg reported, citing people with knowledge of the plans, that they're working on a smart display based on the iPad that can perform tasks such as controlling thermostats and lights, show video, and more. They've also talked about building larger smart home displays and could create a home stand for the iPad. Wall Street analysts currently rate the Apple stock a strong buy with an average upside of nearly 28%. Now moving right along to notable earnings reports. In the after hours today, a lot of eyes will be on Netflix, who is set to report after the closing bell, along with PPG Industries and SVB Financial. In the pre-market this morning, we've heard from Proctor Gamble. They beat on revenue and also increased their fiscal guidance. They raised their guidance for their fiscal 2023 all-in sales to a range of down 1% to in line versus the prior year, compared to their prior range of down 3 to 1%. Their revenue came in at $20.8 billion, which was $50 million ahead of expectations, and their Q2 earnings per share of $1.59 was in line. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy with an average upside of nearly 6%. In the after hours last night, we heard from Alcoa. They did report inline earnings, but revenue did miss. In fact, revenue fell 20% year over year to $2.66 billion, which was $40 million shy of analyst expectations. Their Q4 earnings per share was a loss of 70 cents. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy, but with a downside of 11%. We also heard from Kinder Morgan, who posted mixed results for their quarter. Their Q4 earnings per share of 31 cents came in 1 cent ahead of analyst expectations, while revenue of $4.58 billion was up over 3% year over year, but $280 million shy of estimates. Analysts currently rate their stock a hold with an average upside of 12%. And Discover Financial Services. Their stock is falling despite beating on both earnings and revenue. While their provision for credit losses was close to expectations, the number indicates that the lender expects credit quality to erode as the U.S. economy weakens. Their earnings per share of $3.77 was 15 cents ahead of expectations, and revenue of $3.73 billion grew nearly 27% year over year, coming in $50 million ahead of estimates. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy with an average upside of over 17%. Now let's take a look at which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Now, I do apologize. We are still having some glitches with our chart. I promise I had the team working on it and it should be corrected soon. But in the meantime, our biggest gainer this morning is led by CureVac after they were upgraded to a buy by UBS. Trading under the ticker CVAC, the stock is currently up over 10%. And our biggest losers are led by Innovative Industrial Properties, which is a REIT, though I wasn't able to find any distinct news from this morning. Trading under the ticker IIPR, their stock is down about 13%. So that is going to be everything for Thursday's pre-market morning update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know before that opening bell. If you made it to the end of today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and say good morning in the comments. I really love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here next time.